welcome to our channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe. Court orders arrest of Wike, led FCTA director, 10 others. And Abuja High Court has issued a bench warrant against the director of investigation and prosecution of the FCTA, Joseph Eriki, and 10 others. Justice Suleiman Belgore has issued an order to compel the director and others to appear before the court for a suit filed against them. The judge's decision followed the application of the prosecuting counsel, David Casway, who lamented the failure of the efforts to ensure that the suspects appear in court. Justice Suleiman Belgore of the High Court in Abuja has issued a warrant of arrest against Joseph Eriki, the Director of Investigation and Prosecution of the Nyesom Wike-led Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) and 10 others. The judge had issued the order to compel the appearance of Joseph Eriki and 10 others before the court, as they had been arraigned in a suit filed against them by the federal government. The warrant was issued following an application by the prosecution counsel, David Casway, who stated that all efforts to ensure the suspects present in court had failed. And then Casway informed the court that the prosecution had made several attempts to notify the suspect's lawyers and sureties, but to no avail. He cited Section 124 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act (FCTA), which allows for the issuance of a bench warrant to compel attendance in courts. The court agreed to the application, issuing the warrant to ensure the suspect's appearance for arraignment on a 6-count charge. The charges against the suspects include criminal conspiracy, criminal trespass, forgery, and using a forged document as genuine. They are also accused of using criminal force to deter a public servant from performing their duty. The suspects allegedly entered a plot of land belonging to Esther Ventures and constructed structures without authorization to defraud the company. According to the prosecution, the suspect fraudulently obtained a consent judgment for the land, which was given to Superstructures Limited. The case has been adjourned until June 4 for arraignment. The court's decision to issue a bench warrant highlights the seriousness of the allegations and the need for the suspect to face trial. The suspects are facing a 6-count charge, which was filed in February. The court's ruling emphasizes the importance of a speedy trial and the need for the suspect to be held accountable for their actions. With the bench warrant in place, the court is taking steps to ensure that the suspect appears in court and face the charges against them. Well, these are the situation of things going on in FCT because of some of the reforms that Nyesom Wike is trying to make, and we are hoping it's not another tactic for the prosecution or those who are even challenging the university to buy some time and begin to also delay justice as regards the payment of ground rent and also revocation of residence of occupancy and CFO too. All these things together, I don't know what is going to be the outcome, but we can't rule out the fact that yes, in some Wike's administration in the FCTA is working seriously to rake in more money that can be freed up even for them to use for the development of the Federal Capital Territory. But be it as it may, we are not going to rule out the fact that there are about to be, bad eggs among the so-called people working with the SWL minister, because many may want to take advantage of the populace of Nigerians and especially people at the FCTA because of the power that has been given to them and the authority they are wielding, and they might try to want to use up their position in order to gain ill wealth even for themselves at the expense of the people of Federal Capital Territory. And one of such probably is this one now that has resulted into a court case, but then they have refused to appear. The director in question with 10 others from the FCTA. That's the director in charge of, the investigation and compliance on enforcement of some of these things by the FCTA administration. But it's a pity because sincerely yours, if the court has told you that you have a case, onus lie on you as good citizens to appear before the court. Wouldn't want a situation whereby a continuation of Buhari administration will be seen in this one, that they would not even listen to court, they will defy judgment, they will not go ahead to actualize what the judges are saying, like the case of the IPOB leader now and some other people like that. For 8 years, the President Buhari then refused to release the man, even though several times the court is judging that the man should be granted bail. And I hope they are not going to start that kind of situation again in FCT. If these 10 people with their director are guilty, I think they should face the full extent and the wrath of the law. And then they should also understand that the purpose of using the rod by the law is to change them, and they should go and sit down and reflect. But if they are not busy, boycotting the court, it's like frustrating the court and undermining the third arm of the government. Thereby, it might have a ripple effect on our democracy. No wonder most of our leaders are just doing things with impunity, and even the civil servants are busy doing all their stuff with reckless abandon. They did not take their job seriously, neither do they even attach any importance to the job. All they are after is the money that is, from the job, and this does not help the country to move forward. Everybody must work to build Nigeria, even to move forward. Then that is when we can begin to see Nigeria of our dream. But in the case of Mr. Joseph Eriki and 10 others, they have refused to even appear before the court. Why would they even now have chance to, help the country to move forward? But the reality is that whether they like it or not, a bench warrant has been issued against them, and by force they must be brought to court. Even the prosecutor even complained even to the judge that he has tried all his possible means to get the information across to their counsels so that they can relay it to them for them to appear before the court of law. But it was to no avail. Even the prosecution couldn't see the defendant's counsel and was unable to deliver the court summon to them. And thereby, it means that they have to bring in investigators, law enforcement agents to find these people out and bring them before the court of law. June 4 is the next adjournment. Let's wait and see whether they will appear. Thank you. Remember to like, to love, and also to give us your share, and also please subscribe. Thank you.